Hey everyone, Steven here, and right now I'm alone in the middle of the Congolese rainforest in West Africa. Thankfully, I brought my mobile hotspot with me, so I still have access to Wi-Fi, which means I'm still able to optimize all of my Amazon PPC campaigns. In fact, I was actually just running through some late-night bid optimizations when I thought of something that I wanted to share with you all. It's about the relationship between your bids and your ACOS. I think most of the time, people think that lowering your bids always means you're going to get a lower ACOS. However, that's not always the case. While bids and ACOS are in fact related, their relationship can at times be quite complicated. You see, lowering your bids might not change your ACOS at all, or in some cases, it could actually cause your ACOS to rise. This could happen for a variety of reasons, including keyword visibility, ad rank, ad placement, and search term diversity. So here are just my quick thoughts on the 4 reasons why lowering your bids might not lower your ACOS. The very first reason for this is keyword visibility. I actually get this question from Amazon sellers a lot, where they have a keyword that's not performing well, and so they basically cut the bids in half, and their ACOS hasn't moved at all. And they think that there's something going wrong with their bidding strategies or with their keywords, but really what the problem is that they've put their bids to such a low status that they're not getting any impressions anymore, and so they're not actually collecting any new data. So the reason that ACOS is staying the same is just because they haven't collected any new clicks in the time frame that they're looking at. So if they were looking at a 30-day or 90-day time frame for this keyword, and they've now lowered their bids for 2 weeks, well, that keyword's been stuck in a limbo sort of stage. They've essentially paused the keyword because at the bid that it's at, it's not actually collecting any new data. Now, if you're in this situation and you've actually calculated your bid for this keyword correctly, meaning that from previous episodes where we've talked about how to do these bid calculations, you took your revenue per click, you multiplied that by your target ACOS. So if you've done all that and you realize you've put your keyword in a position where it's not collecting any more impressions or traffic, what do you do in that situation? Well, unfortunately, neither answer, or the two things you can do, neither one's really that great. You're going to have to either choose to be okay with targeting a higher ACOS and raising your bids to the point where you start getting more traffic again, or you have to be okay with getting little to no traffic, but knowing that what traffic does come in will be within your target ACOS. So those are the 2 decisions you'll have to make in that situation. The second reason why lowering your bids might not lower your ACOS is because of ad rank. Ad rank is determined by 2 things: your ad quality score and your actual bid price. Your ad quality score is determined by Amazon based on things like your relevancy, your ratings, your sales velocity, and then your bid is, of course, how much you're willing to pay to rank on this page. So if you have a product that has a really good ad quality score and a really high bid, there's a good chance you'll win the top spots on most search pages. However, if you lower your bid on a keyword, you can actually lower your rank on the page, giving you a worse position on the page. Now, the reason this could cause a rise in your ACOS is because sometimes lower ranking spots may have worse conversion rates. So you might actually see your conversion rates drop on this keyword. You have to remember that ACOS is always a matter of 2 things: your cost per click and your conversion rates. So if you want to lower your ACOS, you have to either lower your cost per click or increase your conversion rates. And sometimes these bid changes that you make will lower your cost per click, but it will also dramatically lower your conversion rates, causing you to get a higher ACOS. The opposite of this could be true for broad match keywords and auto campaigns. Perhaps just a small increase in a bid could actually make your ad start ranking highly for competitive searches with low conversion rates. We'll talk about this more in search term diversity, but essentially, by raising your bids on an auto campaign, you may have now thrown your product into a whole other echelon of searches that are going on with other competitors' products that are ranking much higher than yours or have much better ad quality scores. And so you've gotten yourself into a more competitive niche, and that is why your ACOS spikes dramatically. These are all things to keep in mind when changing your bids. The third reason why changing your bids might not always affect your ACOS is because of ad placement. Now, ad placement is pretty similar to ad rank, but it's where your ad is actually displayed. We've talked a lot about managing your placement settings for each campaign, and when you're checking those settings, you may notice that there are different CPCs on each location. The 3 locations where your ad can be displayed are top of search, product pages, and rest of search. Now, if you look at those 3 different placements, and again, if you want to hear more information on this topic specifically, we do have a whole episode dedicated to adjusting your bids by placement that you should check out. But when you're looking at those placement settings, you may notice that the 3 different locations could have drastically different statistics. They could have different conversion rates, different click-through rates. They could even have different CPCs. And so sometimes if you raise or lower your bids, you won't actually change your ad rank only, but you may also change the location where your ad starts getting displayed. If you lower your bids, there's a chance that your ad may start showing up much more on product pages where there's less competition and lower CPCs, but where conversion rates are significantly lower. This again could cause an increase in your ACOS. The final reason why lowering your bids can sometimes negatively impact your ACOS is because of search term diversity. Search term diversity is what happens when you're using auto campaigns or broad and phrase match keywords. You're actually bidding on a variety of search queries on Amazon, and some searches are more competitive than others. Let me give you an example. Say you're bidding on the broad match keyword water bottle with a current cost per click of $1 and an ACOS of 50%. Now, maybe you think that cost per click is a little too high for you, so you drop your bid to 90 cents. But here's what you have to remember. That broad match keyword is targeting a whole variety of search terms, including sports water bottle and maybe insulated water bottle. Now, let's just say that the search term that had the best conversion rate for you was insulated water bottle at a 20% conversion rate, while sports water bottle only earned you a conversion 5% of the time. But now, let's also say that insulated water bottle is a more competitive keyword with CPCs around $1, whereas sports water bottle has CPCs around 50 cents. So now, lowering your bid essentially dropped your rank for the more competitive search term with better conversion rates. And now all of the traffic that you're getting on this keyword is for your lower converting search term. So sure, your CPCs for this broad match keyword may have decreased, but so did your conversion rates. And now your ACOS is going up. The problem is exacerbated with auto campaigns where your control over search term diversity is even more limited. So how do we solve this? With search term isolation, or exact match keywords. This is exactly what the RPSB strategy aims to accomplish. The research peel stick block strategy is all about extracting those converting search terms and using exact match keywords to target those searches that have a history of converting for you. Every possible search query should be targeted exactly with the right bid to match. This strategy lets you isolate insulated water bottle from sports water bottle, and it lets you bid less on the searches with lower conversion rates without losing your ad rank and visibility on the higher converting searches. So there you have it, the 4 components of the complicated relationship between bids and ACOS: keyword visibility, ad rank, ad placement, and search term diversity. Uh-oh, I think something's coming. I should probably get out of here. See you guys next time.
Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. And as some of you may already know, the podcast isn't all that we do when it comes to Amazon. We actually spend the majority of our day working on building the best Amazon advertising tool we possibly can to help automate a lot of the concepts that we discuss during the show.
Yep, and we appreciate you as listeners. We'd love your feedback about our app. And if you're interested in giving our free trial a shot, just head on over to adbadger.com/podcast deal. That's adbadger.com/podcast deal. Thank you so much for the support, guys. We really do appreciate you, and we'll see you next episode.